The Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero from Duke University.
The NBA often prioritizes youth and potential over older, experienced players in the NBA draft. The superstars of today came into the NBA at young ages, but there are some players that have made an impact after completing 4 years in college. These players are proof that experience, maturity, and well-honed skills can carve out impactful careers. I'm Anthony Goods, a Stanford gentleman turned NBA scout, and if you could, please take 1 second to like and subscribe. It really keeps the channel going. And today we're going to dive into an often overlooked yet fascinating topic: four-year college players that have had success in the NBA. Let's break it down. Looking back at past NBA drafts, there aren't many four-year college players that enter the NBA and make a big impact. A lot of people like to push back against analytics, but production is production, and history shows younger players typically have more star potential. When you look at some of these draft picks, you don't see a whole lot of seniors in general, and you see far less players that have made an impact till today. But there are some four-year players that have made an impact and might be paving the way for college seniors in the future. First up, Desmond Bane. A four-year player from TCU, Bane entered the league as one of the best shooters in his draft class. Over his time in college, he honed his shooting to elite levels, finishing his senior year hitting over 44% from three at over 6 attempts per game. His shooting mechanics combined with his high basketball IQ allowed him to make an immediate impact in the NBA with the Memphis Grizzlies. Aside from the Grizzlies being an amazing fit for Bane, his ability to stretch the floor and knock down shots consistently has made him invaluable in today's game. Next, we have Payton Pritchard. A four-year standout at Oregon, Payton's elite shooting and confidence stood out. His senior year, he averaged over 20 points a game while shooting 41% from three. Now in the NBA, he's proven to be a reliable scorer and floor spacer, showing that maturity and skill development can outweigh concerns about age or physical tools. And he's had a lot of this success coming off the bench for one of the best teams in the NBA. His ability to stay ready and hit big shots make him a perfect example of a four-year player thriving in the pros. Jaime Jaquez is another great example. At UCLA, he established himself as a tough, experienced, and high IQ player who can contribute in many ways. Whether it's making smart decisions, scoring efficiently, or locking in defensively, his game translates to the NBA because of his versatility and readiness to play a role. I have to be completely honest, I didn't see this coming from Jaime Jaquez, but now I can honestly say I'm a fan of his game. Before we go deeper into this topic, let me tell you that testing my skills on PrizePicks this football season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you had a skill, you could turn $10 to $1,000 in just a few taps. This week on PrizePicks, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to pick Lamar Jackson to rush over 43 yards and Jared Goff rushing over 2.5. If both of these hit, I can win 3 times my investment. Simple, easy, and it makes NFL Sunday a little more fun. And if you're going to play daily fantasy sports anyway, why not use my promo code? Go to prizepicks.com/agoods24 and use promo code agoods24 for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/agoods24. Daily fantasy sports made easy. And then there's Josh Hart. A Villanova product, Hart brought toughness, rebounding, and defensive tenacity to the league. Despite not being the flashiest prospect, his ability to contribute immediately with his hustle and basketball smarts allowed him to find success. There's a reason he's been a part of winning teams in college and in the pros. Hart's experience as a four-year player gave him a mental and physical readiness to impact the game at the NBA level.
And Josh Hart right there. Hart now. We're going to go coast to coast up to Towns. Towns fakes. Now drives on Carter, lays it.
Now here's an interesting point. Analytics have consistently shown that younger players in the draft tend to have a higher ceiling. For instance, studies have shown that players that are drafted at 19 and 20 tend to become all-stars a lot more than players that are drafted at 22 or older. It's the allure of untapped potential that keeps teams wanting to invest in younger talent. But when we look at seniors, there's a different set of expectations and, I guess, patience than when you're looking at a younger player coming into the draft. What you're hoping to find with older players are elite NBA-ready skills or attributes. When you look at Desmond Bane and Payton Pritchard, shooting was their elite skill. And when you look at players like Jaime Jaquez and Josh Hart, they bring experience, toughness, basketball IQ, and a versatility. Let's talk about Cam Johnson for a moment. Johnson was a fifth-year senior when he entered the NBA, which made him an anomaly in a league that typically prioritized younger prospects. But what made him stand out was his shooting consistency. Over his college career, Johnson had multiple seasons shooting over 40% from three, proving that his skill was NBA ready. When you look at players like Bane, Pritchard, and Cam Johnson, all three of these players had multiple seasons while shooting over 40% from three. In NBA front offices, we sometimes fall victim to assuming players will improve to become shooters once they get into the league. While improvement is possible, becoming a true shooter is incredibly difficult. It's common to see a player have one good season shooting the three, but true shooters show consistency over multiple seasons. That's a real shooter in my eyes. In today's NBA, where shooting is king, teams are desperate for players whose shooting will translate. And if you've proven that consistency in college, it doesn't matter how old you are heading into the draft. Your ability to hit shots consistently will always have a place in this league. As the NBA continues to evolve into a more three-point focused league, the value of seniors with elite shooting and special skill sets is only going to continue to grow. Teams are looking for players that can fulfill roles and contribute right away. And in many cases, seniors bring a readiness and a mental toughness that younger players are still developing. So while analytics will always favor youth, the NBA will always have space for college seniors with elite skills and the right mentality. Youth will always be the safest way to go, but I think seniors will have more opportunities in the future than they had in the past. Whether it's knocking down threes, making smart plays, or bringing an unmatched toughness, these players prove that the road less traveled can still lead to success in the league. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. I got many more videos coming your way. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know if you think college seniors are going to have more opportunities in forthcoming NBA drafts. But that's it for today. I got more heat coming your way. And as always, keep shooting and I'll keep scouting.
You know, people always looked at me like I'm a 6'1" white boy. Like, I mean, there is a thing. Like he's probably there's not many.
Yeah.
So then once I started really hooping at Oregon my junior year, then the people started to notice. And I knew I could have left after my junior year, but I went back my senior year. I had a couple guaranteed deals to go a second round pick at my junior year. Then my senior year, I was like, nah, I'm gonna go back and try to up my stock. And then obviously, had a tremendous year and then went first round. So it ended up working out. Then got drafted by Boston and here we are.